Hello, Mel's 602 candidates. Dr. Palermo coming to you with week 7 instructional video about the to-dos and need to get done for this week, as well as an opportunity to um, Zoom with me online Tuesday night this week. That has not been my practice with online instruction in the past. I've had a lot of questions about some things. I want to make sure that I'm clarifying all of the expectations for the course and any questions that you might have about the evidences and stuff. So for the first time, I will have an open Zoom tomorrow night, Tuesday night, assuming you're watching this Monday, Tuesday night, and I'll send an announcement about that. So I hope that you are watching the videos, that you are logging in weekly, that you are checking your Gardner Web email, because I'll send an announcement in the email too. So that's an opportunity that if it's profitable, then I'll repeat, but we'll see how that goes tomorrow night. This week, you have several readings in Gall, in the research text, correlational research, experimental, and then I hopped over to mixed methods, which I have an example so you can see what mixed methods are about, and action research, which is exactly what you're doing. Action research is what we practice in the continuous improvement cycle of school improvement, including in Artifacts 1, the APSL, and school improvement number 6, SIAP, is also really action research, so thinking about data, identifying student achievement data, for instance, or parent survey data, identifying needs and areas for improvement, doing something to try to improve that area of need, and taking it through a yearly or shorter cycle of improvement to try. You know, we tinker around the edges of all of the problems that we have in schools, and we try things to see what might work and what might work better. And the more we're scientific about that, then the better our action research is, and the better it results in improved student achievement and other outcome measures that we're looking for in school. So to a certain degree, that's what you're doing in the APTEL also, by identifying best practices for teacher empowerment, by then surveying your staff. I hope I was clear enough about this. You're to somehow get input from your staff, get data about the difference at your school between the best practices in teacher empowerment and what's really happening at your school. So making the best practice checklist in B was to then do something with the checklist in C, gather data to then identify opportunities for improvement, D, and write that up into an action plan, E. The action plan should look like the kinds of school improvement planning templates that many of you have and use. Who does what, where, when, how. And I'll say more next week in the part E about action plans and action planning, but that's the whole of the APTEL again. Mixed methods. The discussion for this week, and again, the peer coaching that should happen this week, is for you to load your APTEL-D and respond to at least one other peer. Some of you are doing really well at that, some not so much. And again, my expectation is that you provide written feedback to at least one of your peers. I've assigned you to teams and would appreciate you working in those trios or teams as you can to complete that expectation. Do your best on that and ask for help if you need it. The Mixed Methods Program Evaluation is a report from Wake County Schools, 2010 or 11, I think. You know, in school systems, we have all kinds of programs. In particular, this was an academic catch-up program in Wake County, and the Evaluation and Research Department in the school system at that time conducted a program evaluation. It is mixed methods research, collecting numbers, quantitative data, and words, qualitative data, in order to get a description of the program. What is it? What are its goals and objectives? Is it working? And how do we know? So take a look at that, please. Read the short article. I do want you to read the chapters and the text, but glean and get from that what you can. Correlation, for instance, interesting stuff. If you read the newspaper, you hear that Coffee causes cancer, coffee prevents cancer, chocolate causes cancer. Correlation studies are all over the place, and beware that you're talking about correlation, things that might be associated but are not necessarily causing the effect. It's it's been studied very closely in North Carolina. The Public School Forum studies school poverty and student achievement. They've shown time and again with data that there is a correlation, there is a connection somehow between poverty and student achievement. But one does not cause the other. Okay, so understand enough about correlation and research to be able to keep that clear in your head. Zoom with me Tuesday night if you would like. I hope that's something that will be helpful. If it is, then we'll repeat it. And do some reading and some writing and load your APTIL D. Thanks. Have a great week.